Hey everybody, Stock Catcher here. Hope everybody's having a great day today. A lot of plays, guys, ripping face as usual. I share trade ideas every single day for years now, just trying to help people. If you're new to the community, I recommend you hit subscribe, join the team, guys. As you see here, a lot of people are just having fun making great results from today. And then here's the day trade ideas, swing trade ideas, just ripping face. Can went crazy today. BT. Day trade ideas, just crazy. This one GSIT went from, I mentioned it, over $7 hold, and then it went to almost 18. It went over 18, 18.14. RDHL gapped up over 100%. And I included a disclaimer here because, every single day I talk about all the winners, but of course there's going to be losers, right? I just don't want new, because a lot of new traders followed me actually. After Beyond Meat, I made a video on that yesterday and it just exploded. It got like thousands of views and I got a lot of people that joined my community, so I just don't want people to misunderstand, right? This is a disclaimer that there's going to be obviously losses too. And this is a trade that I mentioned that I lost on, as the proof is right here on the screenshot. I'm just going to leave that on there every day just so that there's like a disclaimer, right? So all right, guys, today a lot of stocks, there's a lot of potential in these stocks as well. Beyond Meat, I talked about this yesterday. You could check the video. And on stock twits, I talked about 58 cents, and this ended up exploding today to over 179. It went to 179, guys. Wow. So this was a parabolic move. A lot of people are messaging me saying they're doing great. So this is just some DD. DD means due diligence, basically research that I did. Most of it was from Twitter, actually, from one person. It's his username. I'm gonna link in the description. I recommend you follow him. Give him or her a follow. It's basically Capybara Stocks, and he or she ended up just having a bunch of presence, in my opinion, for Beyond Meat as well as the movement, right? Similar to how for Open Stock, remember Eric Jackson was very popular person in that movement, right? So I'm not gonna be going over word for each DD for each slide because it's too long, but I included it here so that if people want to read it, they can read it. But basically, to sum it up, when talking about Beyond Meat, right? I'm a technical trader, and this is just absurd. 1.2 billion shares of volume, guys. I don't think people understand how big that is. Because most of the time, when you see stocks trading a lot of volume, let's say a stock in the pre-market time, they have good news. Let's say, for example, an FDA approval, and then you see like 100, 200 million volume. But this is astronomical, 1.2 billion volume, and this is not including the fact that I don't know if you're watching this here. Remember this morning time during Robinhood, Webull, as well as a lot of platforms were just shut down. Remember stock twits, and there was a whole like massive issue. A lot of people in my personal community as well were also messaging me, private messaging me, telling me in the live stream, saying that they could not buy or perform trading in Robinhood, right? So this is a big deal. So I think that if none of that happened, I think this could have easily been 2 billion shares of volume. And when speaking about technical level for Beyond Meat, the gap in terms of the technical gap fill, the stock actually has another area near the $2 level, over $2. Because right now, I said in the previous video, you could check the previous video, I said that 50 cent psychological pivot, right? So next level, the magnet $2, because $2 not just, I'm not talking about just psychological in terms of technical gap area. And on top of that, after $2, I'm seeing 230, 233, 235, and then if I hold 285.3. And I saw someone on Twitter saying that if Beyond Meat could break $9, this could see $45 a share. That's absurd. That's crazy. So I think a lot of short sellers as well as kind of very a sticky situation, right? Considering the fact that if you go to FINRA's a popular website that I use right every day. So if you look at FINRA, the data shows that today more than half of the trades were short. So that means that even though the stock went up today, right, in the price, the overall short, like the short sentiment as well as the position, it didn't go, it's not dropping, right? And think about it, all these shares, 1.2 billion shares of volume, and this is DD from Capybara. Here she is saying that Beyond Meat is valued at about $6 a share. I believe that is his or her target, because prior to this, as right here, prior to the bankruptcy risk, the market valued Beyond Meat at around $6. Right now it's at $1, guys. It's at 175. So it's not even close to that. And Capybara is saying how basically with the convertible note exchange, risk is now gone. And again, on top of that, it's not just, this is not including the short squeeze element as well. And I don't want to make the video just about Beyond Meat, so I have to move on because I make videos on a lot of stocks, right? So this one I'm almost 100% sure I will be making more videos in the future, right? So recommend you subscribe, guys. I will be definitely updating you guys for this one. Next one is CBAT. So if you saw what's been happening with the battery plays the last week, remember I talked about these stocks like ABAT. I talked about these metal plays as well. Remember CRML, remember AQMS, XPON, LAC. They're just ripping face, right? So for this one, CBAT, actually a lot of people, I don't see anybody really talking about the stock. And if you go to CBAT's technical chart as well, this stock has a lot of range. If you go to the daily chart, it's just been kind of in a sideways type of channel consolidation type of pattern. And I wanted to bring this up because this fits that ABAT type of, not really sympathy, because it's not really the same, like it's from the same area, but in terms of, you know, the battery plays, you have to keep an eye on this one. I just want to throw this in there quickly because ABAT has been making a really big move up. Next one will be DVLT, guys. DVLT, this one today has just been absolutely strong. Go to the, you could check the chart yourself. DVLT just made a ramp up. This is forming that potential multi-day setup that I've been talking about. And one thing that I want to note that's really important is that this stock has a really big short percentage, whopping 33% short float, guys. DVLT would be considered one of the top shorted stocks, because the reason I'm mentioning that is because remember Beyond Meat, that stock gained all this attention because of the short angle, the short float angle, right? They're saying how that was the #1 shortest stock. So I said in yesterday's video, you could check yesterday's video, I'm almost 100% sure that there's gonna be if Beyond Meat just keeps going crazy, there's gonna be people, I'm almost 100% sure that they're gonna go for these high short percent stocks. So I'm telling you guys early. In my past video, I mentioned a couple stocks. I'm saying more in this video. Keep an eye out for these stocks that have a high short flow percentage, because I've been in many short squeezes in my trading career. I've been in the GameStop, AMC, I've been in the HKD, I've been in all the craziness. So when Beyond Meat continues, you're gonna look for these type of stocks, guys. 33% short flow. And as you see right here, I'm not gonna read all word for word as usual, but patents and trade secret matter in tokenization, institutional counterparties prefer vendors with forcible IP and compliance features. So you could do more research on this stock if you're bullish on it. But I'm more of a technical trader. I'm not a fundamental investor. I'm not someone that does, you know, pages and pages of research on a stock. I'm more of a technical momentum player, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just wanted to mention this one. Next one is NUVB, Nuvation Bio. So this is a stock, again, same situation as the one I just mentioned, DVLT. This is another multi-day setup with huge short float percentage, over 31%. Float is short. That's a big, guys. 31% of the float short. On top of that, this stock has the FDA approval angle, right? FDA approval, I know that most people watching this video already know, but when it comes to these type of stock, bio stock, this is one of the biggest factors for a push up. This was recent, guys. This was just a few months ago, and the stock actually has begun shipping product. If you look at the cash position on this stock for NUVB, As of this year, Navb reported $607 million in cash equivalent, marketable security. So this is a really big cushion, in my opinion, when we're talking about cash, because oftentimes when we talk about bio stock, these bio stocks often are very low on cash, and then they end up doing like raising, right? They end up doing dilution type of methods, but NavB, you have to add this. Watch this, guys. I don't see anybody talking about this one. And next one is HUSA, American Energy Corp. So HUSA, this is more of a oil play, right? Again, I like mentioning these low key plays as well in my video. If you check my previous videos, a lot of these plays that have few people talking about it end up going crazy, right? For HUSA, again, I'm not saying that's guaranteed because everything I say is not financial advice, but this one is entering very interesting levels over that $5 level. If it holds that $5 level, it looks really good in my opinion for a potential, right? If it's over 5, because today it hit that perfect $5 confirmation, it didn't crack under that. So we're talking about HUSA stock. This one I believe also has a high short flow percentage. I checked last time, it was at I believe 12%. So you have to keep an eye on this one as well, because this is a former runner and is setting up on the extended time frame. So next stock is IXHL, guys. IXHL. This one I made a video on yesterday, but I'm making another video because today I noticed that there was some actually pretty good amount of purchasing volume. If you pull up yourself, look at IXHL today. There was just nice green volume, right? And prior to my video yesterday, it was just mainly downtrending. You could check yourself. If you go to the extended time frame, pull up the 4-hour chart. Before I made the video, it was just selling off, and then today, as I said in the video, I said that it was definitely at that very nice level, and I even said on Twitter today, and then I made a nice 10% move. And for IXHL, I could make a whole video on it just for IXHL because there's just so much to talk about. As you see here, I'm not going to read word for word, but you could just see that IXHL, if you conservatively assume the global treatable market, right, 8 billion, and then drug pricing, that yields $500 million to $1 billion peak sales for a differentiated pharmacologic therapy. This stock, IXH, if you look at the market cap, it's not even 200 million. You could check yourself. It's at 150 million, guys. And if you're talking about potential future opportunities for a stock to go up as well, angle of acquisition by a medtech or pharma player, there's just a lot of potential for the stock at the price it is right now. Again, I can make a whole video just on this one, but I'm working really hard not to make my videos too long because the last video I made was pretty long. It was like 20 something minutes. So I'm trying to keep it down to under 15 minutes, but definitely do more research on this, guys. I'm putting it here so people could look it up. I have a lot of people that follow my YouTube videos. So for the last stock, guys, Clover Health. This is another stock that made really big move up during the GameStop AMC time period. This was around that time period. And if Clover proves out repeatable margin and shows SaaS revenue growth, valuation multiples could shift from early insurer to insurer software comps, higher EV EBITDA or EV revenue. I'm talking about Clove. This is another one of those stocks that I have to keep an eye on, guys. Hope people today did great on Beyond Meat, but again, if you watch my videos, I mentioned many plays, guys. If you missed Beyond Meat, it's not even missed because, like I said, a lot of people are looking at that $2 hold, myself included. If it holds $2, it could definitely continue, in my opinion. And Capybara is saying that the price target is $6. But again, everybody should have their own plan. They shouldn't follow a single person, right? Whether anyone who says whatever, you always have to stick to your own plan, guys. And I'm just keeping it as real as possible. As somebody that's been in stocks for 7 years now, like 7 years, a lot of new traders who've been in this quote-unquote game, the market, for a few weeks, they don't understand that, you have to have your own plan when it comes to stock market. You can't look at somebody else and then, copy them, or you can't Hope people understand what I'm saying. All right, guys. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you in the live stream. Good night.